Hey everybody, hey trophies, hey everybody, hey trophies, hey everybody, ooh, hey trophies. Hey everybody, what's up? It is your girl, Nay Songs, aka Top Notch Trophy, and I'm back again with another live. I'm happy to be here today, guys. As you guys know, life is very precious, and man, I've been going through a lot. I haven't been on in 2 weeks. I hope you guys can hear me. I got a new microphone. Can you guys hear me? I got a new mic. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me see here. Can I adjust the volume? Matter of fact, let me check my video just to make sure. Let me check. Hold on 1 second here. Let's see. Okay, I was hearing a whole lot of click clacking, tick tacking. So I think I'm good. How are you ladies doing today? I was just coming quickly with a quick video, a quick live. I just wanted to discuss with you guys about courting and dating. By the way, if you guys are in the live, are you guys watching it on the replay? Please give my video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, today's video is about courting or dating. These are two similar practices, but they have totally different principles. So I wanted to speak about that today. If you guys wanted to jump into discussion, I'm gonna have a open discussion today. So if anybody wants to jump on video and speak about that towards the end, we can definitely get that on and popping. But being that I started off my channel as a sugar baby. You guys know I was out here getting money from men. I was practicing hypergamy. I was giving a lot of energy to guys for them to compensate me in pain. So I was able to accomplish a lot. I got phones, I got cars, flew to Europe. So I had a lot of great experiences in doing like the sugar baby thing. And I feel super grateful that I had luck. I did try to do it online. But that was a hot mess. But however, moving forward, I am getting older and I would love to, get out of the sugar bowl and meet a well-to-do man. And it's not possible you can always meet a well-to-do man, a man who just wants to come in, meet you, you guys get to know each other for like 3 months or so. He gives you a couple of dollars here and there. And then after, that time kind of runs out, you know, you move on to the next person. So that's kind of like what the sugar baby lifestyle is about. You're juggling multiple men, and none of them are for marriage. So now that I'm learning more about life and I'm up leveling my mind, I'm sure a lot of you ladies are up leveling your mind as well and going to the next level. Like being a sugar baby was fun, but now I want a provider man that I can get married to, and hopefully there's some love there. Hopefully there's some love there. So I wanted to talk about the difference between dating and courting. Can you guys see? Okay, dating and courting. So these two practices are very different, like I mentioned before. However, they do have the same kind of aura about it, but there are two different practices that have different principles. They're the same practice actually, but they have different principles behind it. So I wanted to speak with you ladies today about dating and courting because I know a lot of you ladies are aging. This was just it's me. Can you guys hear me? You guys are aging as I am, and it's time to just find a husband, get married, find a well-to-do man and just settle down with him so that you don't have as much worries, always finding a new guy, always dating a new person. It's just like, It's a lot to just do all of that all the time. Principles. So I want to. Okay, great. So I'm so glad that my audio is like way clearer, and I feel as though my audio like has a little bit of surround sound with it because my laptop audio was good, but I felt like I had a little distance. Like my voice sounded like it was recorded from a distance. So I feel like this little microphone is giving me the ability to definitely, you know, speak a little louder. Give you guys a little bit of surround sound, definitely. And don't mind me, y'all. I will be sipping on my White Claw. I'm not a sponsor with this at all, but I do like White Claw on a night like this where I'm just chilling. Okay. So I have some notes here on my little book. And what do you guys think that dating and courting, what do you think the biggest difference is with those? If you have an answer for that, please comment below on what you think the difference is between dating and courting. I'm going to go ahead and reveal to you guys my definition and as well as what I've looked up online. Now, you guys, if you must know, dating is a pretty new practice. It's very new. Like it's modern. Like using the word dating is it's a modern term. It's like using the word vibe. Like you don't hear the word vibe. Like vibe, oh my god, we're vibing. I'm just vibing. Like the word vibing is like it's always been a word, but it's a modern word meaning that we use it in a very today term. Like the word vibing could definitely go out in style in a few months, just like the word fleek. Everybody was using fleek and yes. Everybody was using those words, right? But they went out of style with time, just like the word dating. Dating has been around for a while, but eventually it's going to go out of style. People are going to use another word to define getting to know someone. But in this day and age, dating is pretty popular. That's what people do when they want to get to know a new person. Typically, your parents aren't involved when you're dating. No, God isn't involved. Sexual energy is involved. You guys are being sexual when you're dating. I haven't been sexual with everybody that I'm dating, and I'm sure you ladies haven't as well. But dating is definitely a practice where people are experimenting. So dating is something where most people, fall into situationships. They get soul ties. They get hung up on people who aren't even their husband because of the sexual nature of the relationship. And, a lot of people are confused on what dating should bring. Like everybody knows, of course, dating is going to bring sex. But dating never brings exclusivity because you could be dating multiple people at the same time, like especially with men, they're very outgoing when it comes to women. Like they'll be dating you and having Melissa, Ashley, and Alexis in the background, and he's dating all of you guys. So it's very important to know the nature of dating. If you guys really realize, they always say 70% of Black women are single mothers. The 70% of single mothers that are Black women never been married before. So for me, I'm thinking about, I'm like, okay, 70% of Black women are consciously dating. They're out here, they're having fun, they're going on, they're going to restaurants, eating out with their guy that they're seeing at the time. However, after the restaurant or after the club, they may be going out and getting sexual. And, with things like this is where a lot of women do make the mistake of becoming baby mamas. Like, you'll be with the guy for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and you'll be dating him, and he'll give you 2, 3 kids, and you're like, okay, where's the ring? And he never had intentions of giving you a ring or giving you longevity. He just wanted to be with you for the moment, and because you're always available, he continued on with you. So, a lot of baby mama, baby daddy situationships start with dating, just getting sexual really. I'm not gonna say really quickly, but just being sexual in general, without a marriage, without a commitment. That's where a lot of the baby mama, baby daddy situations occur. Like I said, there's not a lot of godly practices when you're dating. People don't really take in consideration religion, the Bible, God's word, what you should be doing while you're getting to know someone. People are just immediately going into a situation like it's just a marriage. It's like a bootleg marriage. Dating is very ghetto. Dating is very ghetto. It's very, very much ghetto. And I just wanted you guys to get a sense of dating. Like, it's a experimental thing. People are typically not intentionally taking dating as serious. They just are messing with people and messing around with people sexually, taking them out, giving them food. They'll give you food, you eat. You guys go out to clubs, parties, um, and it is what it is. I think a really great example of dating is definitely, besides everybody in America, I think dating is a really great example of people who are dating was Future and Ciara. So Future and Ciara, they were doing really great. They were dating at first. They were getting to know each other. They were being sexual really quickly. When I say really quickly, take that as a grain of salt, because I don't know what they were doing, but obviously they were being sexual because that's how Little Future came about. And yeah, they were being sexual without a commitment. And eventually, Ciara ended up getting pregnant, and that's what led her to being a baby mama to Future. Now, when Ciara wanted to be serious, Future wasn't really into that. He really wanted to continue to play the field and continue to be with other women and continue to date other women. So, every person has the right to pick what they want to do with their life. So, oopsie on Ciara's part, she thought that she had a husband, like husband material. She thought that she had a guy that she wanted to be with forever. However, he ended up really disappointing her by giving her a baby and, ended up not being in the picture. So typically with dating, that's the result. Like I said, 70% of Black women, according to like the statistics, I guess the census, 70% of Black women are single because all of us are dating. Now, if you want to get the ring, ladies, my point of getting to know a man at this age, I have no children, and I'm pretty much independent. I have my own apartment. I live alone. I don't have any pets or anything like that. So my whole point of dating is definitely getting to know a new guy in the um with the intention to get married. I would love to have a man that is marriage minded. Now, when you're dating someone versus when you're courting is totally different. When you're courting, both of you guys have the intention of marrying. Both of you guys' parents are involved, meaning that, okay, I know that they're going to get married eventually. Like your parents and their parents know that you guys are eventually going to get married. You guys are planning that. So you're not engaged yet. I didn't see engagement. You guys are not engaged yet. You guys are still getting to know each other, but you guys' parents are involved. Like when you're courting a guy, before a guy decides to propose to you, he has to go to your father to ask for your hand in marriage. If he's not going to your father to ask you for your hand in marriage, then he's doing it wrong. Stuff like that, typically when a man is bypassing your father to ask if he can be your wife, That happens in dating. It's very ghetto on that side. It's very ghetto. There's not really much rules. But with courting, you guys have a very serious route to take, a very serious route to take leading up to marriage. And typically with dating, it doesn't usually lead to marriage. It doesn't usually lead to marriage. It usually typically leads to baby mama, baby daddy. So with courting, typically you guys are gonna lead to marriage. So that's the biggest difference with courting someone and dating someone. With courting as well, just to continue to add on, typically there is a sense of God, religion. God is the covenant of the relationship. You guys are both praying, going to church actively, um, praying together, praying for each other. You guys are actively involved in the church. You guys are actively doing things that involve God. Like God is the middleman of you guys' relationship. Nobody's above God. Everybody wants one party or the next party has an issue, you go straight to God rather than try to fight and argue with your partner. You go straight to God and you pray about it. And then you guys, once you have some clarity, you come to your partner, you guys talk about it in a very mature manner. With courting as well, typically sex isn't involved. And the reason why I'm using Ciara as an example, because she really did do this. She played it out well. She dated a whole bunch of guys, just okay. I've dated a whole bunch of guys too. And a lot of women have dated a whole bunch of guys, but obviously we're not celebrities, so that isn't plastered everywhere on the blogs. But we are dating, obviously. But with Ciara, when she became a single mother, she understood the errors of her ways, and she decided, you know what, with my next guy, I'm not going to date, I'm going to court the guy. So she built a relationship with God herself. She read the Bible, went to church, and had a really great relationship with God. Then God opened her eyes and brought the guy that she's dating now into her life, which is Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson also believed in God and decided that he would also take into consideration that God is the creator of all things, and he would go to the forefront, to God's feet, and pray. So I don't mean to be overly religious with you guys, but I do think it's very important to make that note, or make that analyzation when it comes to dating towards marriage. A lot of people aren't really sure what to do. Like they get lost in the sauce when it comes to dating. And I feel as though men have to provide and protect, women have to submit. And these are biblical terms. Everybody wants to date, but nobody wants to practice, what goes along with that, which is, having God in your life. So, having a submissive wife and having a provider and protector husband goes along with a Bible. Like you can't have both without having, you can't have all of these. You can't have one without the other. I think I'm trying to say. Yes, you can't have one without the other. If you want a woman that's going to submit to you as a man, you have to be a godly man, a righteous man. And if you want a woman, if you want a man who's also going to protect and provide, you need a righteous man and a godly man so that he can feel like, God's presence is here and you guys are going to work towards a beautiful marriage moving forward. So the best thing that I loved about, Ciara's relationship with her current husband, Russell Wilson, is the fact that they, were celibate before they got married. They didn't have sex with one another. They really believed in God. They believed in praying and definitely, putting God into the middle of the relationship before trying to seek anything and until trying to advance anything as far as, anything sexual, because, being sexual, having sex, That's for husband and wife. Like, if you really think about it according to the Bible, that's for husband and wife. Like, you could be out here dating and having sex with multiple people, but those guys may or may not wife you. It's more, you have a 70% chance. I don't know why I'm stuttering. Sorry, guys. You have a 70% chance that they're not going to wife you if you were to become pregnant with their child. So it's very important that you take that into consideration when you're dating new people. I feel so sad that, I watch a lot of media, and I saw what happened to the baby and Danny Lane. And Danny Lane had been a ride or die chick. Miss Yellowbone had held down her man, and she decided to have a child with him. Like, she continuously let him ski off in her and use her as a cum dumpster. However, he didn't want to be with her in that way. And if you listen to the baby's music, if you listen to the context of his music and the content of his music, he's not really a godly person. He really believes in like murder, robbery, everything demonic. I think the baby stands for. So if you are looking for a serious relationship, a healthy relationship that has good foundational roots, then I definitely recommend courting, moving forward, and keeping sex out of it. As a woman, it's just for your safety. It's just for your safety, so that you don't get pregnant by a guy who doesn't really want you, or who will be quick to embarrass you online. It's detrimental to a woman's confidence when a man is just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a chart here that discusses courting versus dating. I think it's a great chart to refer to if you guys would love to get married in the future, like I would. I did the whole sugar baby thing. I'm not really interested in it anymore. I have everything that I want. So I'm more looking for a provider husband to get married to. That's just um my angle. I know you guys thought that I was gonna be a sugar baby forever, which I think is super cute. Like, well, who wants to be who wants to be like a 30-year-old sugar baby? Alrighty, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the chart here. I'm trying to see if I can make it bigger. Baby, why you doing it? Why you doing? Have you guys heard this Silk? Is it Sonic Silk album with Bruno Mars and Anderson? That album is so good. Okay. Anyways, let me go ahead and share with you guys an article here. I'm gonna share with you guys an article. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and read through this article together. I haven't read this article yet, but I did see the chart that was associated with it, and I want to go ahead and That pizza kind of look good. Okay, so what is dating? Dating is a modern day courtship culture, except it's a stage of romantic relationship where the couples meet socially to see if they stand a chance to be around each other. Some would prefer dating to hooking up, but that's more like when a guy and a girl meet each other looking for a physical encounter and do not expect anything. You guys hear that? Do you guys hear that? What dating consists of? I really want you guys to understand what dating consists of. You guys heard what courting consists of, but really listen to what dating consists of, especially in the modern day society. So, what this article is saying, and I feel like it's completely true because, like I was mentioning before, a lot of women do end up in baby mama situations when they're out here dating. They don't really look to men for marriage. They just think as though, oh, we're just gonna see where it goes, you know? Just like Danny Lay in her situation and Ciara with Future. They were just trying to see where it went. They gave a man everything, especially like including her womb, and he gave her nothing in return besides a baby. So, you know, with dating, this is the culture that this is the results that dating gets you. You become a baby mama. So let's go ahead and continue reading. You could say dating is a form of courtship that takes place in a society where it takes place in a free market. You definitely have heard the phrase I'm dating someone like a million times, which is common nowadays, except there's a gray area that follows it around. Dating has become more of a trend that defines everything from hooking up to being in a relationship, which makes it difficult terms to navigate. The definition of dating varies from everyone. Dating could mean you're seeing someone occasionally, or you're going on dates, exploring relationships, or you're dating someone specific and it's serious. So that's the thing I really dislike about dating. Oh my God, can you guys see me clearly? Because I feel like my screen is kind of being robotic right now. It's like laggy a little bit. But okay, it's fine. We're gonna go ahead and make it work regardless. But yes, with dating, I definitely agree with the article that we're referencing today. Dating, you know, there's so many gray areas in dating. Like you could be dating someone casually where you guys are just hooking up, or you know, that's one spectrum, or on the other spectrum, you could be dating someone, you know, seriously where you guys are planning to be engaged. But the main difference that I'm seeing with dating and courting is that, you know, courting is definite where you guys are going to lead to a relationship that's going to lead to a marriage. However, with dating, it's not really guaranteed. It's not really guaranteed. So let's go ahead and continue. By the way, if you guys are seeing me normally, please verify that, because from what I'm seeing here, it looks like I'm a little laggy. So let me just be sure, because I know that I'm reading this article, but let me just be a little bit sure here just to make sure. Okay, on my phone I look normal, but on my actual screen I look a little laggy. So I'm glad that I look normal to you guys. But let's go ahead and continue reading the article here, which I think is super important. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of break and give my throat some what's that word? Quench my throat a little bit. Can I like zoom into this because these ads are crazy? Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the difference between dating and courting. Courting and dating. So, meaning courting or courtship is a relationship between a man and a woman in an early development stage wherein they get to know each other and develop a deep relationship so that they could purposely explore the possibility of marriage. Dating, on the other hand, is a modern day relationship trend. It's a trend, a stage where the couples meet socially or regularly to see if they stand a chance to be around each other. The meaning of dating varies from everyone. Dating could mean you're seeing someone occasionally, or you're going on dates, or you're dating someone specific and it's serious. So that was the meaning of that's the difference between dating and courting. So let's talk about the emotional aspect of dating, which I think this is very important. Are you guys seeing this? Okay, let me just go ahead and continue reading here. I'll bring the article back, but I feel like the actual fonts on the screen are really tiny. I'm not sure if you guys are able to see it. If you are able to see it and you guys want to see the article, please let me know and I'll bring it back up. So here's the emotional differences between dating and courting. Courting cultivates a deep sense of emotional closeness, which is not really the sense around dating, because in dating, people tend to withhold their emotions pretty well for many reasons. Dating is more of a modern day trend that defines everything from hooking up to being in a relationship, which makes it difficult terms to navigate. For some, dating is purely physical, so they do not feel anything. In fact, it is a form of courtship, but without the emotional part. Courtship is developing a deep relationship before getting married. Alrighty, I'm trying to see if there's anything I could really dissect from that part of the article, and I think that part of the article is pretty hands-on. I said hands-on. It's pretty accurate. Basically, it's pretty accurate on what it's saying. With courting, it's pretty much required for two people to develop an emotional bond before getting physical. And with dating, a lot of people do hold back their emotional aspects because they're more in it for the physical benefits than the emotional benefits. So with the emotional benefits, it's hard for people to stay around even when you are having their kid and you're having their child. Guys are still not going to feel for you because they never got to develop that emotional aspect with you when you guys are dating. So I feel as though that part of the article was pretty important, and it was giving me very much dating just gives me like a friends with benefits type of vibe. It doesn't really give me like this is going to become long term. There's just a lot of gray areas when it comes to that. We as women being emotionally bonded to a guy is what's going to keep us in a relationship with him. If we're not emotionally bonded to a guy, then us being in a relationship with him is not really going to be a long term thing. We're probably here for the physical aspects as well as women can be. So let's go ahead and continue with the article. And let's talk about the physical aspects of dating and courting, the differences, which is the juicy part. This is the juicy part that I want to know about. This article is so good. I feel as though it does really explain this. But let's go ahead and continue. So, physical. Sexual intimacy is very common in the modern day dating culture. In fact, most couples in the modern dating scene would have sex within the first few encounters or even after their first date. They would prefer sexual intimacy over emotional intimacy with no strings attached. Wow, that's very true. However, many people believe developing a relationship within growing intimacy, which is mostly sexual and part emotional or both. Wait, let me read that again. I don't think I understood that. Okay, so however, many people believe developing a relationship involves growing intimacy, which is mostly sexual and part emotional or both. Wow. Wow. Wow, that is so true. Even men and women use each other only for physical gratification, but not necessarily. Courtship, on the other hand, strictly follows a no sex policy before marriage. In fact, it preserves sexual contact for marriage only. Wow. So, how are you guys feeling about that so far? I mean, dating and courting when it comes to the physical aspect, from what I'm understanding with the article that we're going over and reviewing today, it seems as though the physical aspect is very important when it comes to dating. However, when you're courting, it's not that important because when you're courting, you're more focused on building an emotional bond with someone rather than a physical bond. And it's like the total opposite when you're dating. When you're dating, you're like, um, it's like you much rather have a physical bond than an emotional bond. And I feel as though, with dating, it does become very dangerous for women when we are going into the dating market and we're trying to see, we're going into like the relationship market and we're trying to see, which guy is going to be the guy for us. However, we're giving our goodies out to every guy, or we are like sleeping with a whole bunch of people, or we are like just hopping in one relationship to the next. It's like it's not really conducive for a relationship that's going to be leading to marriage if you're so quick to get in a bed with someone, because some guys, that's exactly what they're looking for. They just want the physical aspect. They don't really care to be emotional. They don't care to listen to your family problems. They don't care to talk to you about how your day went. They don't care to see if you ate that day. They don't care if your bills are due. They just don't care. They would much rather be there for you when you are horny, when you want someone to come over in the middle of the night, or they'll be available only to you exclusively in the middle of the night, like 3 o'clock in the morning type of ordeal. And I think it's very disrespectful, when the guy feels as though like he just wants you for dating measures and he doesn't really look at you for the courting. Now they always say, taking it takes time to know if you want to marry someone. You have to really get to know their personality, which I agree. And getting in courting someone is what's going to show you who someone is. But if you're dating them, women, and you're getting physical with a guy, you guys are really gonna your mind process, your thought process is gonna be foggy when it comes to really judging a man's character if you're being physical with him. And for me, I think it's really problematic when people with big platforms like Kevin Samuels, they suggest to women that, hey, don't go out to eat with a guy, or don't go out for drinks with a guy if you know you don't want to sleep with him. I think that's very contradicting of, his platform and what he stands for, because he always comes at women who are single mothers. And I feel as though Kevin Samuels really doesn't give solutions on his channel. He just gives things that are going to benefit men. He's a spokesman for men. He says that plenty of times before, but I feel as though as women, we should always conjure up as well and know what we should do as well when it comes to what we're going to do with our communities, our homes, and how our families are formed you know so if a man is telling you that you should be sleeping with him by the third date, I don't think that this is a guy that you would want to date, because obviously he's more in it for the physical more than the emotional. So yeah, take that into consideration when getting to know a new guy, and you really want to marry, rather than continuing on the sugar baby route, or continuing on just getting to know a whole bunch of guys and sleeping with those guys and whatever. Like on my channel, we can be honest. Like a guy sleep with a whole bunch of women. They don't stick with those women, and those women eventually move on, and those women run into other guys who just want to sleep with them as well, and it's just like a continuous pattern. So if you want to break the pattern, then it's important to you to recognize where you're going wrong, especially if you do want to get married for the future. So let's go ahead and continue with this article. I think it's a really great article, man. I'm going to tag the article in my description box below once this live stream is done. But let's go ahead and continue reading it. Like I said, it's my first time reading it. It's so good. It's so juicy. It's so juicy. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. Alrighty, commitment. We're still talking about the difference between dating and courting. So this is the commitment part. The purpose of courting is commitment. It involves getting to know each other by spending time with each other with a prospect of getting married. Courting is like a promise to make a commitment to marriage. Courtship is a commitment to honor God's will as you seek a partner for life with blessings from the parents and mentors and under the protection of God. In contrast, dating does not account for readiness of marriage with no long-term commitment whatsoever. Instead, couples date for mostly fun and enjoying physical adventures, while some dating is a prerequisite to a long-term relationship or not. Wow. So I feel as though that part, of the article is very important as well. Um, just making the note that hey, when you're in a courtship and you guys are looking towards commitment, the commitment aspect is going to work towards marriage when you're courting. Like when you're courting someone, you guys are definitely going to be on a route to lead to marriage. However, when you're dating, you guys are more exploring each other for sexual avenues. You guys are more like just experimenting with each other for the sexual pleasure. There's God's will is not really being involved in dating. So I feel as though that's why a lot of people are lost in this dating world now, and a lot of people don't really know what to do with the dating. Like everybody is just confused and lost. And I feel as though if you guys really back on into church and the Bible, then you guys would have a clearer vision of what you want to do and your plan on how to get married. I feel as though getting married is, I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it shouldn't be like, it's not like a Rubik's cube. It's not like a Rubik's cube. Like it should definitely be easier than just trying to figure everything out. So, like I said, dating has a lot of gray areas, and courting is very, to the point. So that's the commitment part. I'm glad that that is discussed in this article. I do want to look at this chart as well. I'm going to read the summary and then we're going to look at the chart of the difference between courting and dating. All right. So, courting is about developing a deep bond to ensure the relationship has a clearly defined direction and is going just the right way. Courtship is all about commitment and accountability. It is a commitment to honor God's will as you seek a partner for life. In contrast, dating is strictly no commitment policy, but with a little chance of long term relationship. Courtship is about getting to know each other and developing a deep relationship before getting married, whereas dating is mostly physical with no strings attached and no emotional intimacy. Wow. So that is pretty amazing. I just love that, you guys. This article is really good. If you guys want to look at the article, I will tag it in my description box below after this live stream is done streaming, and you guys can read the article for yourselves. I think it's really, really helpful if you are in a marriage-minded space. because a lot of women are getting confused. They don't really know what to do when it comes to dating. A lot of women feel as though, oh, I got my own house, I got my own money, I got my own car, and I buy my own clothes, I pay my own food, and I do everything I do. I don't need a man for nothing, but if he can, he could come through. Like, that's the dating mindset. Like, women who have the dating mindset typically, they just get pumped and dumped. They get pumped and dumped. Like, a lot of guys in the manosphere and in the red pill community, these guys are reaching millions of people, and that is the procedure that they're teaching their men to practice. And I feel as though when you go into the real world as well, these guys are literally practicing pump and dump culture. Like, pump and dump culture is really big. It's like the norm, damn near. It's like the most natural thing to do. Like, if a man feels as though he wants to get in a bed with you, he's gonna try, and he's going to ask you like, hey, like, let's do it after date number one. Like, you go on Tinder. Like, Tinder is the biggest example of how guys are just ready to get in a bed with you. Like, guys are just ready to knock you down. Like, that's dating culture. Tinder is literally an example of what dating culture is in the real world. You meet somebody, and on date number one, you take them back to your home, or you go to their home, or you guys book a hotel or whatever, and you guys make it do what it do. Now, if that person never hears from you again, or you never hear from them again, then boom, you guys have accomplished dating culture. But if you are actually dating with a purpose, and you're dating with the heart that you guys want to move on to the next level, and eventually get married, then definitely, courting is going to be the avenue that's going to allow you that. But just dating is not going to allow you that, because guys are going to expect to get physical with you. They're going to want to get in the bed with you. They're going to want to pump and dump you. And because of the culture, the feminist movement, no women are, hot girl summer. No women are really conservative anymore. And they don't really look at me like, hey, no, I just want to get to know you. I just want to, see if we can go to the next level and get married eventually. A lot of women don't even talk about marriage when they're meeting a new guy, because they feel as though they don't want to scare the man away. But if that scares a man away, then he's not the man that you should get married to. I mean, he's not the guy that you are going to get married to if he's getting scared of the marriage word. How do you expect to continue to build these societies in this community if you guys are continuously just doing it and making babies, and it's not really, it's not really connecting? You guys are connecting in the bed, but in other aspects, especially like emotionally, spiritually, you guys are lacking in that department when it comes to dating. So I feel as though courting gives you, you guys are, when you're courting, you're not being sexual. You're not, you're not sexually giving yourself to a man, but you are emotionally giving yourself to a man. And I feel as though a lot of women do need to take a break from dating for now and just focus on courting, so that we can feel alive again. A lot of women feel dead. Like, for a long time, even me, I felt dead inside. Because I'm like, damn, all these men, they just want to have sex. They just want to lay me on my back. They just want to spread my legs open. They just want to eat it from behind. But they don't really care to know what my issues are. They don't really care to know how I feel. They don't really care to share my joys with me. Like, how am I going to build a life with someone who doesn't really take the initiative to want to play that part in your life? So I feel as though, knowing the difference between dating and courting is going to give you a really preciseness on what your avenue is going to be, what your end result is going to be when it comes to these men. So I highly suggest, for women, whoever is, out here getting to know new men, to, if you want to get married, just court. My favorite example to use, and everybody's favorite example to use, is Ciara. Like, Ciara went from dating a whole bunch of guys, and eventually becoming a baby mama to getting married to a really well-to-do man, and they didn't even have sex before they got married. Like, they built their emotional bond first. They courted each other, and I think that's the most respectful thing to do. So, you guys, if you guys are in the chat or if you guys are not on the live stream, please give me a thumbs up on the video. I would really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and look at this graph that definitely shows the difference between dating and, let's see, I think it's on the article that I was on. Let me see here, you guys. My computer is really laggy right now. I can't wait till I get a new one. Do you guys like the audio, by the way? I really did, get a new microphone. And for me, I tried it out before I got on live, and I thought it was great. So let's go ahead and share this. If you guys have anything to add on as well, please don't hesitate. Alrighty, you guys. This little advertisement of this pizza is making me hungry. Like, I want a pizza now. I want a pepperoni pizza. By the way, did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? I know you guys ate good. I know y'all ate good. I stayed home Thanksgiving, so it wasn't a thing but a chicken wing. Oopsie. Alrighty. I'm trying to see if I can like blow the screen up a little bit so that you guys can see the actual words on the screen. Okay, can you guys like see like courting and dating? Do you guys like see that? I really think it's important for you guys to see. So if you can see, press number 1 in the chat. Send a number 1. If you can't see, press number 2. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and continue. I'm a little quenched, guys. So let's go through this chart that further discusses courting and dating. So as you guys can see, courting is in the pink, dating is in the blue. So let's go through the first difference. Courting is a relationship between a man and a woman wherein they get to know each other and they develop their relationship before getting married. So with that point alone, I think this is like a really great thing to note when you're courting, because you ever met a guy who was just emotionally unavailable? Like, you really wanted to be with him, but he just wasn't giving you the emotion that it required in order for your interest to stay there. He just was just not emotionally available. So I feel as though, with dating, you run into a lot of guys like that. So let's go ahead and read dating. Dating is a modern day relationship trend. Trend. Oh my God. The fact that they use trend is such a red flag for me. It's such a red flag for me. The fact that dating is nothing but a trend. Trends die, right? Eventually, there's going to be a new trend. But courting has been here forever. Dating is a trend, a modern day trend. That's funny. Okay, anyway. Dating is a modern day relationship trend, a stage where the couples meet socially or regularly to see if they stand a chance to be with each other. So basically, with courting, oh my God, it says here that my internet signal was weak. Can you guys see me? Let me make sure. Okay. Alrighty. So with that being said here, Let's go ahead and continue. So courting is like a promise to make a commitment to marriage. Dating does not account for readiness of marriage with no long-term commitment. Oh my gosh, that is like so mind-blowing to me that I feel as though we've been doing it all wrong. Like, how are 70% of Black women single? Because we've been dating. We've been dating men instead of courting them. We've been giving these guys everything with no standards, with no long term, like with no vision of being with these guys long term. We're just giving them everything, including our uterus, including our womb, including a child. Like giving a man a child is the biggest thing you could do. And a man giving you a marriage is one of the biggest things he could do, but you giving a man a child is even bigger. Like this man has a bloodline on earth that's going to continue because you were the woman who pushed that out for him. So if he doesn't give you marriage, what's the point of dating him? What's the point? Like you're just dating him just to be cute, just to say you got a man? I hate people like that. I hate people like that. I hate people that are like, oh my man, my man, my man. I be like, girl, did your man marry you? It's not your man. He's not your man. He's dating you. He's just dating you. Like he could be dating you, he could be dating another woman, he could be dating your mom, he could be dating your sister. Like, come on. He's not that serious about you if he's dating you. Come on, like stop playing. Stop playing out here with these guys. Have some standards about yourself. And stop being so quick to claim a guy who hasn't even inclinated that he wants to move towards marriage with you. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Alrighty, let's continue. So courting preserves sexual contact for marriage only. Wow. I feel as though with courting, women being able to hold back on our sexual urges, and as well as men being able to hold back on their sexual urges, really is going to make a difference if you guys are going to be able to be married. If you've already had sex with the person, you would notice that this guy will tell you everything you want to hear in order to continue to have access to you. He will tell you everything you want to hear except for let's go to the courthouse tomorrow, get a marriage license, and then walk down that aisle. He will tell you everything else you want to hear except those words. Like a guy will tell you everything because he wants to continue to have that access to you sexually. So with courting, being sexual isn't even in the picture. It isn't there. A man could say whatever he wants to you, but you're not going to fall for it because he has to show you with his actions and not his words in courting. So I feel as though courting is very important, man. It's so important if you do want to get married eventually. So let's go ahead and go to dating. Dating does not. Oh wait, I already read that. So sexual intimacy is very common in the modern day dating culture. Okay, so with that being read, let's go ahead and discuss the modern day dating culture. The fact that sexual intimacy is very common. Being that sexual intimacy is very common when you're dating someone, think about all the women who are out here with soul ties, unnecessary soul ties at that. They're so tied to men that they're not even married to. They're in love with men that not even married to. They are having children with men that they aren't even married to. They're having children with men who aren't even giving them the emotional aspect that they need in order to, have a functional relationship. You know, toxic relationships and toxicity. This is everything. Like it's like this blue side is everything that has to do with toxic relationships. If you want to have a healthy relationship, I would suggest you guys, choose the pink side and have some principles, have some morals, have some standards about your life, you know? Giving a man so much sex isn't everything. And I know probably like 200 people are gonna unsubscribe to me after this, after saying all of this. But it's just the truth. Like it's the truth. You just can't have continue to have sex with a man and he take you seriously because you're giving him everything already. So what else does he have to work for? He has nothing else to look forward to. You've already given him everything that you have. You played your best cards on the table. So he's going to continue to play you and play you and play you like Danny Lay and the baby. Danny Lay didn't have a whole baby. Forget Danny Lay, his first big mama Mimi. She had a whole kid with him. And he never claimed her. And well, he did claim her kind of, but she's just a baby mama. Like that's the only way we would know that they're together. Like that's the only way. If they didn't have kids together, she would probably like we wouldn't even know. She'd probably just be a mistress, you know? So it's like, when you're being sexually active with a man and you give him everything that you have and all he does nothing but take it for granted. It's just very important that you just protect yourself. And I think courting gives women the avenue to protect themselves and actually genuinely get to know a man and get to know what he's about and get to know who he is as a person. Even like if he actually is marriage oriented. You guys, please excuse any outside noise. I do live near a highway. So a lot of people drive by and they're like either playing really loud music, or the police and ambulance are driving by, or people are like talking on their phone. Like I just hear all of this. I kind of like just clear it out, but it's there. So I do apologize in advance. Anyways, let's go ahead and go over the last few points of courting and dating. So let's go ahead and visit courting. So courting cultivates a deep sense of emotional closeness between the couple. Wow. Dating a form of courtship, but without the emotional. Whoa. Wow. So, wow. Did you guys like read what was on the last slide that I read? So, courting comes with the emotional aspect. And I feel as though women, if you don't want to be tainted, if you don't want to be bitter, if you don't want to be sorry, if you don't want to be jaded, I really suggest, and you want to be able to actually have a life with a man and live a life with a guy, it's super important because women are so easy to get scorned. They always say, there's a verse in the Bible about scorned women because it happens. Women get scorned. We get bitter, we get mad, we get upset because of how life has treated us or how these men have treated us. So if you want to avoid that, if you want to jump over that puddle of shit, I, I suggest that you guys just keep the sexual nature to yourself so that you can continue to develop an emotional nature with the man. And I feel like a lot of men are missing that. They would love to have an emotional bond with the woman, but because everything is so sexual now, and women are just so easy, and women are so available to give it up, men are just running through women like it's just Lay's, like a bag of Lay's. Like when you eat Lay's, you eat one chip, you eat two chips, and you eat three chips, and you eat 10 chips, and you eat 30 chips, and by the time you done ate the whole bag. So it's very important that as women that you continue to keep your legs closed, even for men that you are interested, not just for the men that you like, but for the men that you're interested in as well. Keep your legs closed for them so that you guys can actually develop an emotional bond. Like women, we are more easier to get along with when sex isn't involved. When sex is involved, you see women turn crazy as hell. I'm just saying, we turn crazy. By the way, if you're in the live or if you're rewatching this on a replay, please give the video a thumbs up, okay? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and continue with the very last point of this. So the very last point in this chart, courting seeks accountability of parents or mentors under the protection of God. Oh, yo, they saved the best for last. That is absolutely amazing. I need to read that again. Courting seeks accountability of parents or mentors under the protection of God. Oh my God. Oh my God. God. Jesus. Versus dating. There is a little or no accountability with family in a dating relationship. Wow. So that's super, like, I feel as though the last point that this article made in this chart was the most important point that they made. There's no way that you should expect to have a long-term relationship with a man if you are lacking in the department of spirituality. If you do not have God in your life as a woman, there's no way you'll be able to keep a man. That man will have nothing to look forward to. If you're the one who's telling him what to do, trust me, he will not do it. 10 out of 10, he will not do it. A man will only be convicted by God. A man can only be convicted by God. He can only be changed by God. He can only want to protect you through the love and the protection of God. But when you're dating, that's courting. Now, when you're dating, there's no accountability of family nor God. God is not in a relationship. When you're dating, you're on demon time. When you're dating, you are on demon time. You're on demon time. You're sinning. You're doing the wrong things. When you're sinning, you're doing the wrong things. You're going against God's will. Not just that. When you're dating, typically your family doesn't know who you're dating. You could be with somebody for a week fling. You could be with somebody for a 2-month, 3-month fling. It's just a fling. When you're dating somebody, it's temporary. So typically you're not going to introduce that person to your parents or your family, your sister, your auntie, your grandma. You're just not going to do it because you feel as though, oh, I'm with her today, I'm going to be with somebody else tomorrow. Or you're like, I'm with him today, I'm going to be with somebody else tomorrow. I don't even know if he's the right person, so I'm not going to introduce him to my parents. Because typically that's how I am too. I'm not going to introduce anybody to my parents if I know that we're not serious. And when you're dating, typically it's not a serious situation. You're not. Why do you guys expect so much from people that you're just dating? You guys give so much to people that you're just dating. You give them your body, you give them your time, your love, your emotions, your body, your uterus, your baby making abilities, your cooking abilities. You give a guy so much, and all he does is take, 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 take. He's like Pac-Man. He's like Pac-Man. You guys ever played the game Pac-Man where he has to eat the little bubbles? He's just eating. He's just eating. He's just eating up, just eating little bubbles, just eating. And you're just there, just giving, 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 and he's just taking, taking, taking. So in a dating position, women, you will always remain the loser. You will always remain the person who's going to be in a losing position, especially the fact that you're the one who gets pregnant. You are the one who will carry a child for 9 months. I think it's only fair, women, that we give our ourselves a fair chance at finding love and being married. It's only fair. So when Kevin Samuels gets on his platform and he's like, "Oh, women, you should be giving a man sex by the third date." Well, is he ready to meet my parents? You guys need to be asking these actual questions that are serious. Is he ready to meet my parents and tell my parents that he's the man that's ready to take care of me for the rest of my life? Or should I just be giving him my vagina? Why? Because he's paying for $100 steak? So are you telling me that a steak equates to my vagina? A steak or a lobster tail equates to my health? Because I don't know if this guy is sick. I don't know how many women he's been with before he's been with me. So why, as a woman, would I lower my value by giving a man some booty on the third date just because he spent a couple dollars on me? Money, you can always make money. You can never get your health back once it's ruined. Women will listen to Kevin Samuel advice and they will follow his advice and they're going to see that they're going to be burnt out. Kevin Samuels telling women to have sex on the third date with a man that's spending a little bit of coin on them is equivalent to these red pill channels who continuously promote and preach on pump and dumping women. He's setting you up for the okie doke. Women, we need to get in alignment with what we actually want in life and actually research what you would like to have. There's no way you can be dating and getting courting benefits. There's going to be something that's lacking. Something that I really admire about Ciara and Russell Wilson. It's like their love is always fresh. When you see them posting, when you see them like posting and making like videos and interacting with each other, having all these babies, it's like their love is new. Their love is refreshed. Their love is a breath of fresh air. It's like their love is never gonna get old. They're like that one couple that's probably gonna be together for 50 years, and you're like, damn, my parent, like, you're like, damn, my grandparents still love each other till today. But when you're dating, the love gets stale really quick. I've seen couples when they're dating get married and literally a month or 2 months later get divorced. I've seen couples who are dating and literally had no respect for that person's parents, no regard for that person's parents, gave no respect to that person's parents. That's hurtful, and it's not building a community. I've seen couples where they were just on two separate pages. One person was here, one person was there. They could never meet in the middle and make an agreement. They were always on two separate pages. I've seen people dating, like dating is the most ratchet thing ever. I can go all day. I've seen couples dating and the man was dating other women on the side. He was dating not just her, he was dating like about three others and probably sleeping with all of those women. This is how diseases get transmitted, man. I just hope and pray and wish that women open up their heart and open up their minds to traditionalism. Because courting is very traditional. Dating is the thing that's modern. Dating is new. How could and Kevin Samuels always says it, how could you want a traditional man when you're a modern woman? When you're a modern woman, how could you want a traditional man? So as a woman, forget the times. As a woman, if you want a traditional man, it's very important that you Find out what traditional practices are. There's no way that you could be giving yourself to a man completely, giving him everything that you have to offer, and thinking that he's gonna wife you. He's gonna just take and take and take and take and take and take and drain the hell out of you until you're absolutely give him the best thing you can give him, a baby. And then from there, you can't, he can, what else can he take from there? What else can he take? He can't take anything anymore. You didn't give him the greatest honor. So now he's just mistreating you. Now he's the baby and Danny laying you. He's putting you out of his apartment. He's putting you out of his condo. He's disrespecting you. He's calling you a side chick, because where was this? Where was all this talk before she had a kid by you? Where was all that talk? It was never there. He was waiting. He was waiting in the cut patiently. They were dating. They were dating. It wasn't supposed to get that far, but it did. And I just hope and pray that you want to continue to level up your mind, level up your brain, because this is very important for the next generation coming up. You know, I've been going through a lot of things as of lately with my family, with my personal family, with the the males in my family who are only 20 something years old are going to jail, you know, because they just don't have a father figure in the home and they're rebelling. They're rebelling. So when men rebel, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. They're very chaotic. They're very chaotic. And I just think that I would love. I just feel as though I would love for women to really take an accountability of how we raise this next generation. Now I know that there's a lot of women already who are already single mothers at the age of 26, at the age of 25, at the age of 24, at the age of 22, at the age of 21. These girls are already single mothers. There's not much you can do. But moving forward, let's go ahead and really love on ourselves first and protect our wombs. These guys are out here, they don't care. They'll take whatever you give them. Now, if you're a woman that have no boundaries, they'll take everything that you have. They will take every single thing that you have and not feel any remorse about it. And they'll call you stupid. They'll call you dumb because you made the mistake of giving him everything. Whose fault is that, though? Exactly. Is he right about that? Is he right about calling you dumb because you gave him a baby? He never cared about you. He never had that emotional bond towards you. He never had that emotional tie towards you. But you continue because you had the emotional tie towards him. He continued to take and take, and you continue to give and give. And it landed you in a really terrible position to where you're a single mother. So I would love for you ladies to just give it a thought. You know, I really am a person who believes in my voice. I know I don't get much views on YouTube, but I know my voice is very important in this space. And I know that I'm giving you ladies ideas on how to continue to level up your avenues and how to, you know, give yourselves idea and different practices to implement in your life so that you can get the life that you want. And I know you guys and you ladies will get the life that you want. But we as women have to become on the same accord in order to have men in general respect us. You know, men are running into all of these women who are just dateable. They're not, they're just dateable. All of them are just dateable. You just knock them down and go to the next one. What's special about that? What's special? So obviously, not too long ago, I did make the mistake as well. Um, because I wanted to be a wife so bad that I didn't even know that there were certain procedures to take in order for a man to even consider you as a wife. Like there's certain procedures as a woman that you should take, and certain restrictions that you should have on yourself in order for you to be taken seriously as a wife. If a man does not take you seriously in that way, he will not wife you. He will continue to take you for a spin and take you for a ride and test drive you and sample size you until you get tired and you're like, dude, get lost. So stand firm in your womanhood. Stand firm in your womanhood. I do agree with Kevin Simmons when he says that you can't be a modern woman asking for a traditional man. You just can't. If you're gonna be traditional, you need to do it all the way. If you want to be a traditional woman, you have to do it all the way. You have to do it completely. Obviously, there's a little bit of tweaks here and there. Like me, I'm 26. I don't believe in living with my parents at this age. But then again, I should have been married a long time ago. And it's so crazy, like when a wife, like when you think about a wedding ceremony, right? When you think about a wedding ceremony and you're envisioning the wife being walked down the aisle, like, or walking down the aisle, she's always there with her father. Like, typically, if her father's still alive or her father was always in her life, she will walk down the aisle with her father so that her father could hand her off to her husband, right? So for me, it's just like, wow, like that is very symbolic. That's just super symbolic to me as a woman, for you to understand what your femininity, like the power of your femininity, it always needs to be protected by a man. It always has to be protected by a man, whether it's your father, your uncles, your male cousins. It always has to be protected. There's no way you can go on this in this life without, in this life being taken seriously if you're a woman who's just willy-nilly. You do everything is everything in your life. You have no structure. Women, you have to give yourself structure. You have no structure, and you're just dating everybody and anybody that gives you attention. It's not going to get you far. It's not even going to get you to the aisle unless you sign up for Married at First Sight. If you want to get married on first sight on a TV show, do your thing. I'm not knocking you. But if you want to do it the right way, where you actually get to know a person, you choose a person, you get to know them, and you guys actually start moving towards marriage, then this is definitely the way of doing it. I really do believe in courting. Like, I've made the mistakes before myself of getting sexually involved with men and nothing coming out of it. Like, my time was wasted. I thought I had a husband and literally I had nothing. Thank God I was always smart enough to at least wrap it up. That's one thing about me. I'm always tell a guy, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. So, um, with that being said, it was just typically, it never ended me towards the right path of where I wanted to be in life. And I want to be a wife. So giving a man everything that you have is not going to lead you towards anything. He's just going to use and abuse you. So just like these guys, like, they have money. They don't want to, they have money, they have resources. Some of them will take care of you without having to receive sexual favors in return. But some of them will. And when that's the case, then you have to consider yourself to be what it is. So I'm not. I hope you guys understood that analogy. But for the most part, moving forward, I just hope you guys take into consideration everything that we've talked about today. Um, Definitely, if you want to be a wife, then you have to court a man rather than date him. And I think, courting right now is perfect because not a lot of women are doing it. It's gonna make you a standout girl. So definitely do like try courting. Like just try it. I would say try it for 6 months. If a guy doesn't want to stick around because he's like, oh no, I want to get down and freaky. Then I suggest that you move around that guy. Just find somebody that is going to give you what you need in life as far as stability. And it starts with the emotional aspect. Yes, financial stability is so super important, but you're not going to be able to find a husband if you're so focused on financial stability. He's going to think that you're just treating him like a trick or a sugar daddy or something of like low caliber. And when you're looking for a husband, you want to treat that guy with the utmost respect. But what you have to do first as a woman, you have to respect yourself first. You have to respect yourself first. When you get to sleeping with guys and then asking them for money, you're looking like desperate and needy and you're looking like a prostitute. I'm not gonna lie. Like these guys will look like give you the lip up. Like, I don't really want to go down that route because I already hit and now she's asking me for money. Like she's really giving me like bad gal vibes. So, with that being said, man, I just think it's super important as ladies to just hold yourself accountable. It's so crazy because a lot of women feel as though, oh, if I give a guy my womb, if I give him my box, then he's supposed to take care of me. But a lot of men don't feel that way. If a lot of men felt that way, they would be making more money. But women are the breadwinners of the household. So hold your womb to yourself. Keep your womb to yourself for sure. Keep it to yourself and hold it tight. Right now, I'm in the position where I feel as though I don't want to have kids. I don't even want to get married. I do want to, build a relationship with a guy, but I feel as though if a guy is not willing to wait for me, then I'm willing to walk away. And I hope you ladies have the same thought process as well because it's something that's just you have to train yourself out of. Do you guys want to go through Ciara's prayer? I think Ciara did a good thing by doing a prayer on. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it's like, oh my God, Summer Walker. Why would she get that guy's tattooed on her face? Anyways, I think I think Ciara doing us a prayer on Summer Walker's album was really great. Um, Obviously, Summer Walker. A lot of people are clowning her right now because she's still continuing to do the same crap that she did with London on the track, and when she had the chance to be different. So with her, I don't know how this new guy is gonna treat her. We just have to wait and see. Because obviously, Summer Walker does believe in dating and believe in being sexual before finding a man. So they always say, you're not gonna find a man if you don't have a relationship with God, and I definitely support that statement. As well as respecting yourself as women, so keep that in mind. I'm trying to see if I can just find Ciara's lyric or Ciara's prayer, but I'm just seeing the actual song. Okay, so let's go ahead and share this, and I hope you guys Learn to pray. Learn to have a spiritual relationship with God and bring God into your life. I'm just gonna read this straight off of this. So I need to learn how to pray too. But let's go ahead and read this. Ciara's prayer. Her prayer was made for a husband, to find a husband, find someone that's gonna love her forever. So let's go ahead and read it. Jesus, I need you. I don't feel, I don't fully understand everything right now, but I know you have great plans for me. I'm hurting, but there's a purpose in my pain. I need you. I need you to restore my faith and love. Give me strength. I know I can't do it all on my own. I'm tired. I don't want to hurt no more. I don't want to feel like this again. Thank you for hearing my cry. Thank you for hearing my heart. I know you'll do what's right with it. Thank you for never judging me. I'm broken, but I'm beautifully broken. I know you will help me put all of the right pieces together. I know my pain is not in vain. I know that my baby is the most precious gift. You have given me life, and I thank you for that. Thank you. Cover and protect this, Lord. I pray the next man of my life will be my husband. I pray that he holds me. I pray that he have everything I want and need in him. I pray he will love me the way I love me. Your love is unconditional. You are the way, the truth, and the life. And there's hope. In you, there's hope. I hope you say love is patient. Lord, you say love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy. I believe this pure love, this is what I want. Lord, thank you for reminding me of who I am. I am a queen. I deserve to be treated like one. I'm a warrior. I will give up. I'm a child of God. I'm everything you say I am. I'm an overcomer. I'm built for this. God, I'm ready. God, I'm ready. In Jesus' name, amen. In Jesus' name, amen. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. Thank you guys so much for checking me out and seeing what this video was about. I really do appreciate you guys. Like I said, go ahead and thumbs up the video. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Have a blessed night. Bye, guys.